Right, hello everyone. Welcome if you're here all the time, you know the score. Welcome if you're new. My name's Claire, not Crystal. This channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine. I'm just fixing the mic, but don't worry, I'm not wearing a towel this time. I've clipped it to my dressing gown. Yeah, I've got a busy day ahead of me trying to film as many videos as I humanly possibly can. Nah, I'm only joking. I'm not gonna push myself that much, but I'm trying to get as many videos as I can done for a while I'm away. So I mean, I don't know. It might end up being that there's not one for every day, but I don't know. I think there is going to be at least one every day, but some might be like 5 minutes or something. But that's fine. You know what I mean? Like that is absolutely fine. It's just if you're new, please know I'm usually a very long video person, but that actually will suit a lot of people better. So we've got the Jaguar sneaking in there. So everything I do is channeling, clearing, healing energy. Don't know if I said that, but what I mean is everything I do is channeling, literally from the minute I stop. So the way I approach the video and everything, always clearing, spell work, black magic, all the shitty stuff, fuckery. This was basically spell work, black magic is exactly the same as gossip, slander, you know, general bullshit like that. So it's just clearing anything that's getting in the way, like anything that's hanging around you from other people or your own stuff, all that jazz. So I'm tired, but tired in a good way because like I've went out a walk by the sea, cleared the cobwebs a wee bit there. Now the fact that I'm mentioning cobwebs is my sign of like black magic. So, and I don't always say it like that. Do you know what I mean? So I do feel there's some sort of heavier energy in this. So we'll just see. So, and also, if I go suddenly, you're not actually going to know the difference because I'll pause it and then I'll come back to the video hours later when I get off the phone. But my cousin was due to be phoning me, but she's already. This is nearly an hour after she said she was going to phone. So I think she might have forgot. But you know when I'm just kind of like, I'm just leaving it to fate. I'm like, if she's forgot, I'll catch up with her later on the week when I've got. It's not so much energy; it's time because it's you know what I mean. I mean to be fair, she totally wouldn't have minded if I'd actually just said that first. So I might anyway, but I'm just leaving it. But if she phones, then I'll. It's really going to make no difference. So let's just get on with this because I can pause it. Right, okay. So, but I just thought I'm going to rather than sitting about, like, because I was, you know, when you do that, like I was sitting about and I was like, I actually haven't got time to sit about. So, right, this is the video for. I'm filming it on Monday, but I'm putting this out on Tuesday. This is the Divine Masculine Mars and Scorpio video. So, yeah. So what it means is there's more of an emphasis on like support for divine masculine, whether you are male or female. Although I will say with a lot of the cards that I've got, the cards always push towards it kind of resonating, I think, a bit more if you're a male divine masculine, but that's just my sort of observation looking inwards on it all. But you know, just but I don't know, like I've got loads of well, actually an overwhelming amount of my clients, so family clients, some of you guys that I work with are are female, but they're divine masculine. And it's crazy how the messages can still resonate, right? Not with everyone, because not everybody's all in the exact same bits, timelines, blah, 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 all that shit. But we'll just get on it. Right, okay, so, but it is important that you know that the way that I channel it, it can come through the divine feminine's a female, divine masculine's a male, and it's just because that's how it is in my connection, and it's just, yeah, it's the way a lot of I can't help, it's the way that a lot of the cards are designed and all that too. But yeah, you can be same sex and it can be the other way about, and we know all this common sense stuff, so let's not waste any more time going on about all that. Right, okay, so I'm going to move the sage out the way, but that actually has woken me up a little bit. Honestly, I can't stress how amazing 444 sage is, you know, for that. Like if you are feeling really tired or that as well, if you utilize it, can pick your energy up, or whatever works for you, but sage is always my number one. So this is interesting because this is the room where I'm always drawn to the golden pineapple, which is on the top of a wardrobe in here. And so around here, the pineapples are a sign of union or reunion, because in the tea leaf deck, this one here, what does this say? Opportunities are waiting for you. Now that was face like that, and I just picked it up. So what's behind it? Climbing, look at that. Doors and ladders. So the ladder is going to a doorway to success. Climbing towards success. So I actually really want to get, wait a minute, there's a few of them. Now there's a mixed bag in this, right? There's loads of these, and a lot of them aren't very, oh, there's some of them too. A lot of them aren't very, like, they're not all positive. So let's give, there's only a few, so the same one might come out. But I'd like to find some of them. But I think that's more than likely, there's another one. That's more than likely, what does this say? See, look, a journey, either physical or mental. So that feels like someone's went through the dark night of soul. Like, you know, like a challenging journey, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and all the rest of it. So praying if you're in that. But again, I feel like some people could be coming out of this, or you're at the end of it. But yeah, I want to find them because I love these cards when I'm in the mood for them, and I'm in the mood for them. Right. Also, I feel this is going to be speaking to somebody that's having quite intense downloads coming in, or like channeling energy yourself in whatever way, because he just pulled me Angel of Channeling. That's another deck that's been missing for ages, but my eyes just got guided to it. It's probably going to be that, because this is actually, because not only is this for the transit of Mars and Scorpio, which ends on I think it's the 4th of November. So basically, from all the ones that I'll have pre-recorded that you'll see from when I'm away, it's Mars is in Scorpio anyway. It's extra spicy energy. I have Mars and Scorpio, and it's quite funny because I'd been saying that I had these two decks come in, like one's it's basically, it's a sex oracle, right? And I didn't know what it was going to be like, and it's not that bad, to be honest. Like, the pictures are not that bad, it's the words. but even the words, like, I could totally get it, but I'm just like, nah, that is not. Anyway, I'm not using them, right? I'm not going to say never, but I don't think so. Like, I don't even think I'll use them in the membership. I just wanted to see what they were like, and they're, you know, you never. I think what I got them for is, I think it's in personal sessions when it's relevant. You know, when I'm helping people with things like that. I think that's what that's for, or for personal use. Let's move on. But it's kind of like, but it's definitely not for this kind of way. I'm not using them. Maybe other people would. I'm not doing that. But they're not that bad. Like, I can't stress, they're not, like, the pictures aren't like really wrong. They just hint at it. But the wording's quite straightforward. I thought, you never know. I might, and then I might just not. I'll just use code words. It could be kind of funny. We'll just go with it. In Scorpio season, like, so, you know, from the 23rd of October onwards, I will have, I'll have filmed, I'm going to film them tomorrow. Anyway, we'll just go with it. But the other one, I did say this, I felt the other one, the tantric one, was fine, and that one is fine. And actually, I'll show you right now, because this is going to be relevant. The one that was on the top when I opened these was something about physical union, but quite a lot of them say that. Which one was that again? Going to find it. It was that. That was the one that was on the top. Ecstatic union. Tantric practices aim to create an ecstatic union where physical spiritual energies merge harmoniously. Experience the ecstasy of true union, let go of inhibitions, and allow yourselves to be fully immersed in love. Let go, feel the rain on your skin, no one else can taste it or do it for you. Oh God, it's made me sing that again. The rest is still unwritten. But yeah, they all say quite a lot of similar things. But anyway, then I shuffled for myself and I pulled Union of Souls. And what was very mystical is, because I'm an old soul, like a lot of yous, but you're welcome if you're a young soul as well, or in the middle soul, you know, I don't know, but I'm an old soul in the sense of this is my last life, and I can really tell today, because I'm I feel, you know what I mean? It's, I don't know how to explain it. I feel tired, but not, it feels like tired, it feels tired spiritually, emotionally. Not so much mentally, because I feel like my walk has helped me. Maybe I don't really know. I feel a bit overwhelmed today. That's the best way to put it. But I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of it. But I got like one of my close friends had told me a bit of bad news, so I'm feeling sad for one of my close friends. And then, so again, if my close friend happens to watch this, I don't know how often she watches these. You're in my prayers, but I will actually be speaking to my friend on the phone. That's what I mean. I'm going to be speaking to my cousin, one of my close friends that I need to speak to. And but yeah, I'm just feeling a bit overwhelmed. The thing is, I'm just feeling a bit overwhelmed. But it is because this full moon is a big one for me as well. So it's a big one for all of us, you know. So just wherever it is in your chart, just, you know, Aries is very raw and real. I'm very raw and real. It's what I'm all about. But I'm just feeling, put it this way, on the day, I'm just realising this, on the day you're watching this, because I'll probably schedule it for 1:44, which is quite interesting because that's what I was getting at. Like, that's why I started going into that. So I think that they just want me to, I'll just finish what we're saying. Like, it will be right slap bang in the full moon energy. But me filming this on the Monday, I already feel like I'm experiencing what it's going to feel like for a lot of people tomorrow. Because again, being away, sure, I feel the energy before people. Sometimes it's just like a matter of days, or, you know, even like the day before, like today, or sometimes it can be weeks, months, and years in loads of cases, like how I went through my dark night so years ago, and I've been helping people for the past decade, you know what I mean? And some people are only going through it now. It's kind of like, but in this case, I feel very overwhelmed. So I'm just kind of warning you, that might be what a lot of you feel like. Because, you know, if any full moon in any sign illuminates what's going on in your subconscious, but this isn't just a full moon, it's a supermoon. So it like times it by a million, like everything can feel way more intense, which is why on the day you're watching this, like, I'm just trying to think. I have got sessions open, but currently I've not got anyone booked. Um, but it is a good time if people want a session for that. But it's like, I'm just going to channel the energy into getting the videos done that I need to get done. Do you know what I'm saying? But the reason why I'm saying that is because it's not always wise to um like make huge big decisions on the actual full moon, or like, you know, because everything's more intense. So, you know, and remember the shadow side of, well, I wouldn't even say the shadow side, it's just a fact that Aries is anger. But the term sacred rage springs to mind. I said this in the live the other day, and it just is like, you know, it's Aries is anger. So it's good that you know, if you feel anger arising about anything in life, collectively or personally, that's why. So just, you know, make sure that you're grounding that energy in a healthy way, you know, either doing something for yourself that's going to help you, going a walk, or I don't know, screaming into a pillow, or whatever helps, you know. That one's no, that's not really my cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? And mine's just more the walk on the beach. But, you know, it's, everyone's different. That's the point. Um, like trying to do it in a healthy way, kind of thing. But just be mindful that a lot of other people won't be releasing their anger in a healthy way, and you might be a target for it. So I hope not, but please be protecting your energy in that way too. But yeah, just that's, you know, everything can seem way more intense. So it's often quite wise to kind of let the actual full moon energy settle, you know, on the day of it, and then make big decisions and take big actions even the day after. But it's equally, you know, it really just depends. Like, if you're feeling like, right, you need to take action with something, and it is the day of the full moon, fuck it, let's go. Because if you're new around here, that's what my free challenge is called. Fuck it, let's go. But so you'll hear me say it fairly often, and I've got the rest of the soul family saying it too. But like, that is Aries energy. fuck it, let's go, you know, because it's like when I called that, you know, when I came up with that years ago, it was very much like, you know, reminded me of the book Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, the old Susan Jeffers book. And the whole, what I remember that book, reading it when I was younger, all it says the whole way through it is, what's the worst that could happen? You know, so you do this and you get rejected. What's the worst that could happen? So you take the action, it doesn't work out. What's the worst that could happen? You know, it's something like that. It's just like, you know, fuck it, just do it, you know. And that is my energy, because I've got my sun in Aries in the house of Virgo. The sun in the Aries bit is like very masculine energy, because the sun is masculine, Aries is masculine. It's all about taking action. It's all about spontaneity, having fun. Let's go, new beginnings, change, boom, boom, boom. Life has changed, so, you know, go for it. Don't be afraid of it. But, and this is a big but, this is why it matters where your energy sits. Mine is in the house of very cautious, very careful. It can be about worrying as well. It can be very self-critical. It can be critical in general. It's the healer, healing, health, well-being, your everyday ritual routine, but it's in the house of Virgo, the sixth house. So it's what you do every day. And it's why I say, you know, so again, when I'm going on for this long about this is because it's going to be relevant to someone else. It could be that somebody listening right now, you also have your sun in the sixth house. Now, it might not, wait a minute. Just try to work out if that was a partial outside. No. It might not be in Aries. I mean, it might be. Hello, fellow Aries in the sixth house if it is. But it might be like in another sign. But it might resonate because, like I say, like specifically to do my work, I amn't doing too much when it comes to videos and stuff. Because it's, again, I'm in 100%, I'm not easily offended in the slightest. Whether I know you well or I've just met you. So it's important people know that. It's very hard to offend me. It's not like I don't get offended by anything, but you know what I mean? I'm very easy like that. I basically, and if somebody does try to like purposely offend me or get me, like I'm walking off a duck's back too. But the point of why I'm saying that is that is what astrology would say, that I am somebody that is meant to be sharing of my soul every day for my work. And look what I do. There is literally a video every single day because that is what my soul came here to do. And it's probably what your soul came here to do if you happen to have your sun in the sixth house. It doesn't mean it's on social media, but it might be that you work every day in a physical shop or you work every day online, you know, you're available for delivery. So and it could be said that that's the case for everybody somewhere, but let's use YouTube as an example. It's not the case, is it? Because some people's channels are based on just, you know, serendipitously feeling when to put up a video, or which is what mine used to be until I was chucked on to do it all the time, and then it just felt more me, because it's like I said, because it is my soul's calling. But or it's like once a week. That's just like standard, you know, like, you know, just it's better to have quality rather than quantity. But that, like I said, that's why YouTube interests me specifically. I'm a total geek about it. It's like different things work for different people, you know. So it's like, and I just, like I say all the time, it's not like, oh, me putting out a video every day is like brilliant for views or it, because no, they don't get a lot of views. But historically, from the years that I've been consistent with this, right, which is now quite a few years now, 4 years, 5 years, 4 years, 5 years consistently doing this now, like, yeah, like I said, people have told me that it's actually helped them fucking feel like it's worth being here, like to keep going. So it's really, you know, that's big, raw and real Aries truths there. But anyway, so the whole point of me holding up this, but also if you're new, there is going to be a video every day, but some of them, like I said, if I run out of energy and time and I'm like, I'm not knocking my pan in, doing the rest, fuck this, there's enough. Some days it might just be the shorts, but I do know that there is at least a shorts every day. So, but there's going to be more than a shorts. There's going to be like a wee 5-minute video, and then some days there's going to be like a 30-minute video. You know what I mean? That's what it's going to be most days. But my soul is slowing down, like I said, tired emotionally, spiritually, definitely. Because I'm taking, I mean, everyone knows this if you watch all the time, but I'm taking the rest of October off, and I'll come back on the 3rd of November with the live stream. And if you're in the membership, I will have already, that's what I'm doing after this. I'm going to pre-recording some stuff for you guys, and some prayer circles, and some wee shorts and stuff, just some wee extras, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it's quieter some weeks for a couple of weeks in there anyway, and then I make up for it, so it doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but I'm making the effort to do that. But oh my god, I can't believe it took 20 minutes to explain that. But as soon as I finished, I've just looked down at the time, and it's 14:41 mirrored numbers, as I'm still holding. I was saying all of that while I was holding that. I took a picture of that at exactly 144, and just so I'll prove it to you right now. And it's, again, that's why I started saying about my soul's very old. I do like really mystical, weird shit like that all the time, and it's because I'm not just a true twin flame. I'm like a true twin flame that is guiding lots of other twin flames, but not even half as many as what I'm meant to be. You know what I mean? But I trust that they will be led to me in divine time. Then my eyes just got pulled to my twin flames numbers. But yeah, I took a picture of that at exactly 144. Like, I just happened to notice. I was like, oh my god! Like, so I knew there was, that was kind of mystical. Like, look, see, just. You can see when I was saying that, it was 14:41, and you can see I took the picture. And just trust me, I wasn't sad enough to wait to take the picture. It just so happened that I was taking that picture. So yes, there's definitely unions coming. Okay, so I'm going to put them back. I mean, I might use them. I'm more keeping them for Scorpio season. But anyway, let's get into this. So this might actually be quite a long one today. But right, so keeping in mind this is the full moon. So I'm actually just going to shuffle these cards before I forget. I was going to shuffle them again though, wasn't I? What else do we need to know about this? Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Oh well. so I'm going to have to be honest. The first thing that sprang to mind there is I feel the collective and masculine energy that I'm talking to, either still or at some point you were extremely stubborn and unwilling to change, or you're dealing with a karmic person around you that is like that. So it's either you or someone around you. Okay, so, and there's new beginnings coming, because this card also pulled me in through there. New beginning. You will start a new job or in life, clean sweep over it, hit the reset button. So I'm going to put these aside for the, and then I got pulled to that as well. Heightened intuition. Be extra aware of your inner knowingness as it's trustworthy. So again, and I just pieced that together as well, that it is, because this is for the full moon. That's interesting that Moonstone came out, but this is an extremely feminine crystal. I actually wore a ring for, God, I don't know, I don't know how long I wore it, 10 years or something, but it broke one day, like, and that was years ago now. But it was, and I remembered that again was something really mystical. Whenever it broke, it was really meaningful. But anyway, I wore that for years. And so again, if you're needing to balance out your feminine energy, Moonstone would be a good thing to wear actually. But yeah. So I feel masculines balancing out their feelings, is that coming up. And then this really drew my attention too. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. So you see what I mean? Like, that card about the mule could actually be like the person that was unwilling to change and toxic. Could be like a karmic person. It doesn't always need to be romantic. It could be family or friends or somebody that's obviously impacting your life in a big way, or your twin flame. But I'm going to try and talk like you are the masculine, male or female, right? I thought that doesn't always work out, but we'll just see. So let's get into this. That took ages. I've still got my earbud in, but that doesn't really make any difference, right? So, and I'm glad that this thing has dried out. Remember, I kept saying that it kept saying it was, let's give you a shuffle. It kept saying the port was damp or something because it was, so anyway, it's not now. It dried out. Right, so you might be like, what are you talking about? But it was because I left the phone in here, and it like, because there's not a heater in here, it was like it, which is a bit concerning though, because it's like, what the fuck does that mean about? But nobody's sleeping in here right now, that's fine. not even working here anymore because it's either too boiling or too cold. Do you know what I mean? I just come in to do the video and I shut the door again. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but I do need to tidy it because all my cards are in here. Well, not all of them. Some are through there too. Anyway, right. So I'm shuffling these because I wanted to ask. So this is. Remember, this can't be for everyone, so use your fucking common sense with this. This is going to be where you've got a potential chakra blockage in your feminine energy. So whether you're a male or female, this is where, if this is for you, there's a block at your chakra, meaning that you can either, you know, seek to do something yourself about that, or, well, usually this is where I'd say you can book a session, but like at this point, if you're watching this on Tuesday, well, you can see if I'm about to book one for actually the day you're watching it. Otherwise, you've missed the boat. You can always email because we could set something up for November. But yeah, but again, well, it depends because so that's important for you to know that. I've got one more unlisted to do, but those unlisteds, like the ones that went out, like those ladies know that, but that isn't just a reading. Like I say in the general ones, everything I do is an energy clearing, soul retrieval. It's a huge, big energy clearing, basically. So, you know, you do feel the shift in energy. So it's important that you let that integrate too. But a lot of the time, what I've noticed is when I'm doing an unlisted, it basically tells you what you need to do in a live session. It doesn't mean you need one right away, and I wouldn't advise it actually, but it's like, take note of that because there's definitely been a theme when I'm doing these. It's highlighting what needs addressed, like, you know, because it makes sense. It's like that's why I always say it's not wise to just get readings all the time. Like, what are you going to do with information? Right, okay, so, and also reminder, if anyone did have a session with me this year at some point, it's good to, why don't you check in with yourself? Was it longer than 3 months ago? Because I said to everyone this year, because I always used to forget, but I've started to basically ask, like, you know, would you like me to get in touch with you after 3 months to basically see if you want another session? Because again, that isn't really my cup of tea, right? Because I'm just kind of like, surely people will just know themselves, right? Because that's what I'm like, I would just know. But not everyone is like that. And when I've asked people, everybody that I can think of has actually been like, yeah, actually, that would be good to get a reminder. So I'm just saying, as a blanket statement, you know, it might be quite good for you to check when was the last time. Or maybe you've never, like, even worse, if you've not worse, but if you've never had a session, you really resonate with me, you know, because like I said, there's loads of things that we can do. Like, I can send you an invoice, you can pay things up. So it's just, that is only if you really feel called to me. Like, not everybody will feel like they need, but if you need it, don't let the things get in the way of you doing that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I don't know that I'm always going to be able to allow people to do part payment. And I also don't know that I'm actually going to be as readily available to book a session because I feel I'm going to be really busy. Like, I feel that's why I've never taken 3 weeks off before from my work like that. I've always got back to it after 10 days or something. So, that I can remember anyway. So, this morning, people, oh, and obviously the obvious thing is, I'll say that in the live tonight. We're not doing I didn't think we were going to be doing the Power Animal workshop. So, which I'm a bit gutted about because I did want to do it, but at the same time, because I'm getting tired, it's like, it's for the best, so we'll do it when I come back. But so definitely get booking that while I'm off if you want to do it, so that I know. Right, okay, so what have we got? It's a block, feminine energy, solar plexus, and it's definitely because it came out reverse. So, and this is for the subconscious, and also the card that just fell off the top of the deck was step out your comfort zone. So I feel remember the subconscious, but definitely in the feminine energy, right? You're getting dreams. Like, I feel if you're the masculine especially, but listen up because this can be for the feminine too, you're getting dreams that are telling you it's time to step out your comfort zone. Like, so however your dreams would do that, if it's specifically about your twin flame, you could be getting dreams of being in union. You know, you could be getting some very saucy dreams. I wasn't meaning like that, but you know, you could be getting flashes of intimate moments or flashes to the past of previous intimate moments, you know, or even past lives. So, you know, however that all resonates, but it could even just be like you're getting flashes of the future, of seeing yourself walking about with your person or something. You're like, whoa, what the fuck's this? You know what I mean? And you know, not everyone can tell sometimes whether you're seeing the future or whether you're creating it, you know. And I've even said this, like, you know, I've been a clairvoyant my whole life, but honestly, sometimes that's still hard for me to know, and you find out when it actually happens. So, you know, just putting that out there, right? Okay, so we've got a blockage in the solar plexus. So you could be in denial of your feelings, is what I'm getting from that. I'm going to put. Oh, this is a bit annoying. I'm fucking running out of room here. I'm going to put them up there. So what about, we'll do them after. So what about them? What is, along with the emotionally, that's where the block is. Sorry, I'm like, I can't believe it's taken me that long to say all of that. But again, now, you see, look how I'm judging myself. That's part of this. Whoever is however many people resonate with this, you could really be judging yourself how long it's taken you to do something, because I'm always very long-winded with this stuff. I'm laughing, like, I even said that to someone the other day that's new to watching my stuff. I was like, to be honest with you, if you've not got, I said, if you're not very patient with, like you're not going to like all of my content, because, you know what I mean? Like, that would be people that are probably better watching the shorts. But it might even be that, like, these messages aren't going to resonate. But again, people can be missing out, though, because there is, you know, it's not me, it's my guides and it's God that's speaking through me, whatever. Oh my God. But different strokes for different folks, you know what I mean? And this will make sense to who it's meant to, kind of thing. Right, so we have the strength card, but this to me is always like an ego death. So, you know what I mean? I think that is what it is. With that stubborn card, it's like someone's like been blocked emotionally and in denial at some point, and you've been, you know, this reminds me, like, someone's, like, you know, half becoming who they're meant to be and half, you know, in the ego. But it's like you've come into your power now, and there's going to be a triumph, and you're going to be moving forward quickly. That's so crazy. Look, no more waiting, but also, and then look, so somebody's not confused and they're not being pulled in all different directions after being pulled in all different directions, distracted, confused, and having to go round and round. So this to me is like timelines. You know, I started saying, I don't think I said it out loud, I think I said it in my head, but, you know, everything's potentials. When I'm doing this, it's past, present, future, and it's about, you know, and then even more confusingly, when it's general, it's not, like I say all the time, it's not everybody's, it's general. So you can't, you know, think that every single video is going to be yours, but it doesn't. But every day, something could resonate, like a little bit of it. So it's about being realistic about things. And like I said, also watch for getting addicted, you know, that you don't, you know, personal responsibility, guys. 27th of October could be significant, or the 2nd of July, or the 7th of February there. But also, it's like, that's the timeline thing. Like, this could be symbolic of years. So, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, it could even be as much as 8 years or longer that this person's been growing and maturing. This person could be you, by the way. The waiting game, choose wisely. You've had to wait for some sort of reason, right? Only you'll know what it is. But no more waiting. Like, so if you are still waiting, it's like, you know, it's go time. You've come into your power, and it's time to charge forward emotionally. Oh, love it. Right, okay. So we shall put these up here with the rest of them. Uh-oh, wee crystal just dropped. Actually, I'll put them there. Right. So this is now in the masculine. Right, this is doing my tits in. The thing is, I've not got time to tidy up either. What have we got in the masculine energy? Your decision making, your action taking, your boundary setting. Where's there a block? So I would say the block's been in the past, heart chakra. I think that was on this thought when I started. So heart chakra, but it's upright. So again, I feel this is basically, if this is you or if this is your person, your heart chakra is open and you're no longer blocked emotionally. Because although that's upside down, or if you still feel blocked emotionally, you're not going to be soon, you know. It's like, even this could be what shifts your energy, because like I said, I'm always got the intention to clear people's energy if this is yours. So your third eye is open, your heart chakra is open. Right, okay. So subconsciously, but remember, so I sometimes forget that even when I'm doing it, this is all in the subconscious. So we'll see what comes up in the conscious mind. subconsciously masculine energy. Yes, this, wow. So again, although this is, again, it's seeming like I'm just taking ages to get the message out, but they just keep telling me it's got something to do with who's going to make sense to. Something has taken ages. I wouldn't be surprised if the turtle charm comes out, because this does seem like this is way longer than I feel like I've got to fill, you know what I mean? In one way, it doesn't matter how long this is. In another way, overall, it doesn't really matter how long this is. So I'm just going to chill out, because it's. But look, I kept saying this person's in denial. Truth comes out in reverse. This person's. That's why it's taking so long. Someone's heart chakra was blocked. Their feelings were all over the place. They were being pulled here, there, and everywhere. They were in denial, right? Truth in reverse. So somebody was unwilling to see the truth. So that, and because this is in the subconscious too, that gets even more complicated. But that could even be, I'm going to shuffle again, that could even be like you're having dreams, and then when you wake up you're like, oh, it doesn't even mean that, you know, it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't, like, so what, like, it just doesn't mean anything, and then you get on with your day. Let's see. Yeah, look, it's like I've got to stay in the real world, you know what I mean? Like, this is the real world, basically. And also, Four of Pentacles, you know, this could be I'm holding back, like, you know, I'm just going to hold back and be where I am, but positive movement forward, you know what I mean? It's like, now I'm getting that something is, now someone feels like they're getting their shit together, and so you can move forward. Because positive moving forward in this deck is, no, right enough, wait a minute. That's right, that's the what? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it is. It's I'm just checking. It's the Pentacles. The Pentacles, yeah, it is the Pentacles. I was almost reading it like the 8 of Wands. It really doesn't matter. That's why I love these cards. And I've had the big version for like, fuck knows, like a very, very, very long time. But I still have to stop to figure out what it is. But yeah, they're the Pentacles. So it's like someone's been working very hard for a long time on themselves, and now it's positive moving forward, or it will be soon. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from that. Right, okay, so before I confuse myself, I need to put them there and this with this, and then we'll put these over. I just don't want, oh god, I'm going to fall if I put them down here. Actually, I think this doesn't make any difference to you, but the way I'm putting them is right. Okay, so what does this say? Right, and then I just got pulled down to, I know I need to apologise. It's too late to apologise. Too late. It's not, but that's what popped in my head. So, do you know what I mean? Like, that's how this person feels. Or you could be this person. Let's do the charms before I forget. What else do we need to know about this? Nah, I'll do them at the end. I'll do them at, well, I did pick them up. Let's just do that. What do we need to know? Angels are guiding you to see the truth in your dreams, especially. Yeah, to be discerning. That whole keeps coming out. There's that horny energy. Rabbit. It's a dancing rabbit as well. It's funny I was talking about Tantra. And there's another, I will, yeah. So double discernment. So basically, remember, this is going out on the full moon, but you can watch this whenever. There's double discernment, because look how many are in there. Look at it. There's so many. And granted, there's probably about 20 owls. I don't know. I keep building out owls. But somebody's got the discernment to see the truth now. Full moons illuminate the truth. Right. So, what was I going to use for the conscious mind? I was going to use... let's actually use these, right? I usually use these for something. Let's just get... This is, if this is yours, this is a conscious block that you've either worked through, or you're still working through, or you need to. That's too many. But look, feminine energy given too much. You're depleted because you give too much. You need a balance of give and take, right? Perfect, because that's what I'm doing Libra season for the next few weeks. Karmic balance, again, like I said, that's going to be the only limited available sessions that are unlisted, so they're not live. Just basically ones like this, but it'll be personal. And yeah, there's loads of examples of that, either on the live stream that I do tonight, the one I done the last time, or the videos like this. Just look at the thumbnail, it says Karmic Balance. But yeah, feminine energy, you're given too much. Oh, now, fuck, I don't think I've ever seen this one. That's nuts. Playing games. You don't need to play games to keep the right one interested in you. Holy shit, that's so interesting. Because that's really interesting because of the card that said, wherever I put it, the one that said about toxic relationships. Remember, wherever I put here, freedom from toxic relationship and addiction. So somebody could have been with a karmic energy, right? That like there was a lot of game playing. Like if you're the masculine, like with both of you, like game playing, basically, whether you're male or female, you've been in a kind of pattern of needing to one up each other. And it's kind of, that's so interesting because I woke up with all these downloads today about just, I don't know, just generally I was thinking about, like, for being an Aries, I'm so not like that because I just cannot be fucking arsed with competitiveness in any area of life, or like just competitive competition, comparison, all of that. I just can't be arsed with it. Like honestly, in any area of life, whether it's been love related, business, anything, like even in a lot of cases when you should put up a fight, I'm like, fuck, like I just can't be bothered. I just be like, I'm just like, whatever, like let people bash on. Do you know what I mean? Because if it's people that are not of integrity, what I always say about that is integrity always wins, right? And the truth will always outshine. As I looked at Shine Your Light, I said that to someone recently actually. The truth will always outshine the lies eventually. So if you be patient. And also, do you know what's quite interesting? I found this card kicking about somebody else, be decisive. And the last few days it keeps coming out about, people need to make a decision. So I found it quite interesting that then I found be decisive away from the deck. But yeah, I feel in the past, like I feel Aries energy, Aries full moon actually is competition, right? Because it's like war, aggression. It's like I've got to be first. I need to win. It's all this kind of stuff. And that's what I'm saying. For me, being an Aries, look at the facts. That is so not the case for me. I'm more like my 6 retrograde, right? Going slow as fuck because I'm in competition with who I was yesterday. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not interested what anyone else is up to. If I was, I would be like, I would have I was just saying this to someone recently, like I have had people that have wanted to grow this channel that have grown like many other channels, like big channels. But keeping that anonymous for obviously privacy reasons. But that was now near enough, yeah. Almost, it was kind of when I started. It was nearly 10 years ago. And I didn't want to do it. So people could think I'm a bit crazy, but I didn't want to do it because I wanted to do it myself. Actually, that person might even still check in now and again. I've really no idea, but they know that they appreciate that about me. I was like, I want to do it myself. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do feel I'm going to put them down now. But that's just my point. If I had like wanted to do better than what I'm doing it, like do it both, like grow my channel and make more money, I would have taken that person up on that offer a long time ago. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure I could actually still get in touch with that person and you know what I mean? But I don't want to because I want to do it myself, and you would get that if you're like that. But this is not the energy I'm picking up on. Feminine energy was given too much and the masculine was playing games with you. So this could have been somebody that was kind of, I'm now going into the past energy, but that is what's coming out my mouth. So yeah, there was some kind of, this person's had people around them that play games with them, not just romantically. It can be friends, family, like basically having to, box clever, keep one eye open, keep your friends close to your enemies. So basically all that stuff that I'm just so can't be arsed with. This is kind of energy somebody's had around them, but you consciously know it. So if you weren't kind of having your eyes open to it the whole time, you see it now. But I kind of even feel this is people that are aware of that, right? So if that's not the kind of people you've got around you, whether you're a man or a woman, this isn't your message. It's coming through quite brutal, to be honest, but we'll just go with it. So what have we got then out the tarot for the conscious mind, for the feminine energy of the masculine? We have, I'm fucking sick of this. I can't do it anymore. I'm giving too much to selfish fucks. You can tell it's an Aries full moon, but honestly, that's just flew out my mouth. That's what I'm feeling like. Wounded warrior. I don't want this. I want to be around people that play games. Like, it's tiring. And remember, this is emotionally too. This is the feminine energy. Consciously, this is someone like, I've had enough. And that is so interesting because, like I said, that's what I said about, you know how that says, look, angel of channeling. That is what it's like when you're like, when I woke up today, I was having all these thoughts about things like that, and I now realise it was for this. It was to channel into this. Like, it was just kind of like, it was just generally. And then even when I was making a cup of tea, I was like, I just don't know how people can be bothered. Like, but some people can. It's their life, you know, to be ruthless. I've had it done to me in all areas of life. Like, and you just think, you just wonder whether it's worth it for people at the end of the day. But maybe it is, but who knows? But also, right, in truth, I'm going to get another deck. See, when people are like that, if you're recognizing, you're like, holy shit, this is me, or this is what I've been like in the past, it comes from trauma. Like, you know, you must have been around some type of situation where you had to fight to win, you know, like you had to. And then look, when I said that, I looked at victory. Your desires come to fruition, keep up the good work. But I feel you've now put in the hard work to clear this energy. And it might be something to do with apologising. So say you've never been the type of person to apologise. I feel you've been working hard on yourself to be able to do that, or to work up for it. But I feel you had people that play games, exhaust you, and don't do that around you. So that's why it would take a lot. Right, okay, what have we got for in the masculine conscious mind? And I've just have to remind, for people that don't get what that means, setting boundaries, taking action, decision making, along with me saying be decisive. You fucking know. If this is yours, I don't know who you are out there. I don't know how many people it's resonating with. I don't know whether you're a man or a woman, but you fucking know. Because that's the high priestess. So again, if you don't know the tarot, this is the high priestess. This is what I am in the tarot. The high priestess knows. She knows shit. Oh, and also I can think of someone that Crescent Moon's going to be very significant for you there. So, but there's probably a lot of people, but it did just pop in my mind. So it's like, you can sense, like, I need to make this decision. I need to box clever. Like, so I feel that's relevant with me saying that before. I know that going in this direction is good for my hope and healing. And also I feel that's the masculine being like, I'm fucking sick of this shit. I don't want things to continue the way they have. Also, 9 of Wands, 9 years could be significant too. 9 months, 9 days, 9 hours. I don't usually say that, but it's popping in my mind, so it's going to be relevant. But yeah, I feel it's like someone's light is guiding this masculine to the truth, to release the blocks of whatever's been blocking you. They're getting released. And you've been keeping an eye on your feminine, if this is you, or there's a lot of gossip in that around you, and there's a Queen of Cups involved as well. So to me, that can often be a manipulative woman, but you're moving on from it. And also that card's hilarious. It's like, my divine feminine's getting away, but I'm going after her. Sometimes it's like, my karmic person's swimming away, and I'm happy about that. But it's however it resonates for you. So now what will I do? So what have we done? Subconscious, conscious. Let's just use these. Although I'm going to be using these on the live, it doesn't really matter. So what's a karmic lesson then? What's a karmic lesson in the feminine energy? Let go of what could have been. Grief often hides in the story of what didn't happen. Release the almost and return to the now. So that's really emotional, isn't it? Like, divine feminine's like male or female. Because remember, this is for the mat, but like specifically, that kind of feels like now this could speak to a lot of feminines. Like, right, I'm going to address both. If you're the divine feminine, totally understandable. If you've been holding on to who you knew in the past, they're not that person anymore. Release what almost happened, what didn't happen, what could have happened if you'd went there, how it went if you did go there. Return to the now. The power of the now, except I don't really want to promote like Eckhart Tolle, because when you wake up properly, you see that, yeah, you kind of see it again. But what I will say is, when I was in, that's relevant too. I was thinking about some of the books that I listened to when I was in my dark night of soul, which was now 10 years ago. But a lot of it, it's not books that I would want to read now, but it's kind of like, but the point is was it The Power of Now, or was it, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Like, I did listen to that when I was in my dark night of soul, but he's in with all that, woke crew. So yeah, not my cup of tea, don't resonate. But anyway, but that is about the power now. So you might have read it. You'll have heard of it if you haven't read it. But it's got to put, you know what I mean? There is the power is in the present moment. You know what I mean? It's like even earlier, me and my mum were walking. My mum said something about when I'm going to do her healing, and she said something about yeah, but I don't want to go into past stuff. You know, I just want to work with now. And I was like, yeah, but in order to heal the present, you do have to go into the past. You know what I mean? And it was I didn't go too deep into that. You know what I mean? Because it's just I was just reminding my mum that it's been ages since I've done a wee healing for her. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, but so that's the feminine. But I feel for the masculine too. Let go of what could have been. Like I feel, you know, you could be. I feel your guides want to pull you out of this sadness. You know what I mean? To be able to, it's almost like the Four of Cups I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Like, you know, you're missing the opportunity of what could happen now by dwelling on what could have been. Easier said than done, I know, but that's what I can help people with in a live session, is to talk through that to help you feel better about it, to release, you know, and then to do something about your present moment. Right, okay, masculine energy in the masculine. Oh my god! Right now, I mean, look, that does look like now they look like there's a significant age difference there. So I mean, there could be with some people, but do you know what I mean? When I'm just looking at the visual, it does kind of look like a masculine and a feminine, doesn't it? Because face the consequences. Your actions ripple beyond the moment. Stand in your truth, accept what follows, and let it guide your growth. But that came out the other day. This guy's like, I can't put this back together. So think about it. When I'm saying this, whether you're a man or a woman, this is going to resonate with you if either, or it's your person, but basically, has something happened where it's like that analogy of the broken plate? Like, you can try and glue it all together, it's never going to be the same. So you have to let go of what could have been. You know what I mean? That's what personal responsibility is all about. You know, when you make a decision, you take an action, you have to face the consequences. Fucking hell, that's definitely my Saturn and Scorpio talking. That's also the brutal truth of it being the Aries full moon too. But look, heal parent karma, child parent karma. That's been coming up a lot with personal stuff, like in personal sessions. Healing the bond with your parents frees you from the past. It's time to release old wounds and move forward. So that feels like it. And then look, face your shadow. Embrace your shadow, sorry. That came out the other day too. We're getting a lot of the same ones. The shadow holds the truth you need. Embrace it, integrate it, and use it to transform your life. Yeah, I feel for a lot of people really specific here. I feel, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm going to start crying. Sorry, I've just realised something. Oh my God. I just need to ground myself for a moment. That's going to mean so much to somebody. And the thing is, I don't know that the rest would, but I'm going to. Yeah, it's the picture. Remember your dad by all the memories, the happy memories that you had together. But someone's dad was really just wanting to acknowledge. Wow. And then I cut it, embrace your shadow again. So that's what I mean by, it's quite interesting that I genuinely don't know half the time what's going to resonate with who, but that just hit me there. So anyway, we'll just move on now. But it's so again, I'm sorry. I did say this the other day. I'm sorry if any of you have had recent losses, like specifically of parents or something, or people close to you. It could even be like aunties, uncles, just someone close, because that's just some of the synchronicities that I've had coming up with people lately. So it's right. Okay. Right, where we go? That's kind of threw me a bit. So, because I feel it, you know what I mean? When I feel the energy of someone around me, I'm going to have to say so. And it is mediumship Monday too, but I knew something like that was going to. Right, what's the guidance then? For whoever's connected with this, I just looked at 1515. So, first of all, side note, my cousin is really fucking late. She must have forgot. I did think she'd forgot. I'm going to text her after this. But 15's the devil, and because it's doubling down twice, it's like, be careful you don't let these karmic things hold you back, you know what I mean? Don't let the past hold you back. Full moon in Pisces, forgive. Yeah, there's definitely forgiveness coming up here for whatever all the broken plate analogy is for loads of different people's situations. You'll know. Full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve. So we've got full moon, full moon. You're watching this in a full moon if you watch it when I put it out, although it's a full moon in Aries. But both these signs are emotions, so that's extremely emotional energy. So someone's facing their fears about forgiveness, and also this is in the feminine energy, so it's very, very. Somebody can be very emotional, and remember, any conversations that are going down with anyone today, if it's emotions, it's going to be very emotional because Aries is very raw and real, very passionate, emotional, kind of intense. Right, masculine energy. New moon in Pisces. So we've got full moon in Pisces, new moon in Pisces, new moon in Pisces. So it's like, because think about it, because I'm putting this out, I'm filming it the day before, remember, but because I'm putting it out on the day of the filming, this is in line with what I said. This is in the action. I'm saying what's advice, and this is in the masculine energy. Meditate and contemplate. It's not a day to take action, really. Unless, if you're really, really feeling it's time to take action and you don't feel like you're going to overreact or get too angry, or then do it. Why wait? But I'm just sort of side note, if you feel like you've got the potential to overreact or get too angry or overly emotional, something that you're not going to be able to be very grounded, then leave it a day is what if you're watching it real time. Again, if you're watching it the day after the full moon on the Wednesday or something, bash on. Really bash on whenever. That's personal responsibility, but communication is key, because yeah, look, see, some people do need to talk, but it's going to be emotional, but that's just how it is. And also, look, Gemini, twins. Also, new moon in Gemini. Just let me think. Is that? I need to pause this. I'll check. Right, I'm confusing myself googling stuff. It looks like the new moon in Gemini isn't until June next year, so just take that on board. So it could be that, you know, it could be that like something's going to be significant about June next year, right? But otherwise, it's something relating to the. I don't believe. Wait a minute. I feel like there is a full moon in. Wait a minute. Yeah, I thought that 4th of December. Right. So that's new moon in Gemini, right? But the full moon in Gemini is. But this is confusing me because my app is saying. Oh my god, the thing's saying the wrong thing. Anyway, I'll put in the comments after, but yeah, the full moon in Gemini is on the 4th of December. So although that says the new moon in Gemini, look out for the full moon in Gemini around. And that kind of makes sense to me with what I'm saying about there's going to be a lot of union energy. Well, today on the full moon in Aries, like as in this will be the start of a lot of unions coming in. And then definitely a month from now on the 5th of November, because oh my God, I see that all the time. And I've been seeing it for ages. They've been talking to me about this time for ages, basically. So 5/11 is a significant time for unions too, and yeah, and I'd say that basically the next few full moons, the Gemini, because Gemini's are twins too. So anyway, blah blah blah. I need to go and get a cup of tea after this. Right, okay. So, I mean, I think that's it. Right, we'll do some karmic at the start. Now, there's good cards in this. There's bad ones. There's things like witch and everything. So. What was any kind of karmic fuckery that was... Let's see what was trying to block this. What was causing the blocks that are now lifted for whoever resonates? Control, change, controlling people, controlling karmic people, or you were trying to control the situation. You didn't want things to change. Old man, right, okay, that's exactly what... Oh my God. Right, okay, so anyway, I'm just like, sorry, that's really distracting. I do feel, unfortunately, with that saying inheritance, you know, I do feel there have been some passing of older men in the family. Now, whether that is people's dads or, like I said, grandpas or granddads or uncles, you'll know, but older males. Like I've just had a few synchronicities where I feel that's going to be the case. So again, I'm really sorry if that is you or your person. And again, keep in mind, this is what some of you might not know if you don't know anyway. You don't know stuff about them, they don't know stuff about you. But it's like, but I've had enough synchronicities that that's exactly. Or I feel for some of you too, this could be coming up an anniversary, or you're just thinking about when. Or there could be a lot of complications of people fighting over inheritance and stuff too. I can think of quite a few people on my radar where that's about. So like I said, for some people it's recent, some people it's not recent, but that's a thing. But just with me being pulled into the father-daughter on the card, and then that coming up. But I do feel as well, I feel there's been the healing thing is that some people could have had quite controlling males around them. Because I'm just trying to think, the feeling I got when I looked at that, it was like, when I was saying stuff about not being able to apologise, I know I need to apologise. If you've had males around you specifically that don't know how to apologise, and it can be, doesn't always need to be, you know what I mean? Because like, we're not like, yeah, you can decide I don't want to be like that. So, you know what I mean? You can decide today not to be like that, and you can decide to change. But you know what I'm saying? Some people it's a bit harder to do that. So anyway, right, what else? That's blew me away though. Success and pride. Yeah. So again, somebody with success and pride, and it's got, but look, that looks like a divine feminine energy. It's like somebody was stuck in too much pride and ego and holding on to control. And again, it could have been influenced by males around them. But now somebody's burst through into this loyalty, and look, the dog's holding a rose in their mouth. It reminds me of, I said this in a post, that like, I love the song, I only have eyes for you, dear, and I can't sing it. Shabab, shabab. And I didn't, like, honestly, people that have been watching me for years know that I've, like, that, whenever it comes in the channel and it comes in, but I'm always like, what film's that from? What film's that from? And Charlotte's usually pretty good. If I don't get it, she's like, oh, it's from this. But I kept being like, I feel like it's Back to the Future, and I know it's not Back to the Future, right? And I'm like, what is it? What is it? What is it? And I could never remember, right? And like, I think whenever I've been on, either Charlotte's not been on, or she wasn't getting either. And that's what it is. It's Don't Tell Mum the Babysitter's Dead, right? Which, by the way, fucking classic, brilliant. I hadn't watched it since I was younger. And I nearly didn't watch it because I thought, oh no, I don't want to watch it. It's scary. It's not scary at all, right? Because that's not even what most of the film's about. It's just, so don't be put off by what it's called. I just loved it when I was younger, right? And it's more, there's a bit where there's a love interest, and I just when I watched it, I was really reminiscent about inner child. I was like, oh yeah, I fancied the guy. But there is a bit where he's got a rose. He turns around and he's got a rose. So that's kind of what I saw but yeah. So I don't know with that happening as well, because it was really annoying me for ages where that song, because I knew it was from an 80s film, I just couldn't remember, or 90s, whatever, I just couldn't remember what one it was. So I feel there's something about remembering something from your past, or remembering specifically something from childhood, or remembering something from younger years. It's like, oh God, like, and loving feelings too. So I feel I could be channeling a masculine that's like, how could I have forgot? Because as soon as I kept seeing that song featured, I was like, oh, how could I forget that? Because I loved that film. I'm glad they recorded it, because I'm going to watch it again at some point, because it is just really funny too. But I love Christina Applegate in all films, and it's a shame because, like, it really makes you feel your age, because she's really not. I can't remember what. I don't know what exactly is wrong with her, but I know her mobility is like really bad. But yeah, she's a stunner. But let's get some Archangel Michael. Do we need to know about it anymore? So unfortunately, there's some kind of issue with an older male. Either an older male was preventing, blocking something from happening. Now that can even just be like bad patterns of behaviour that someone's picked up, or it could be that somebody's actually like got, not wanting something to happen, not wanting you to move towards a union. So it'd be different for all different people. And for other people, the block is, unfortunately, you could have lost somebody and you need to heal from it. So it's all different, going to be different for different people. But we have gate, opportunities, and home. But again, there's opportunities opening up for you at this full moon. Sharks. Now that card for me, totally hits home, because I'm specifically asking about karmic energies, remember. Sorry, what's sticking out to me here is when I'm seeing that thing about inheritance, and now we've got sharks, survival, power, home. See what I mean? So I think some people could be having, this could be things that have been going on for ages, that people are arguing about things like that. And isn't that interesting when I said about I can't stand that competitive nature, and that's the nasty side of humanity, isn't it? When families argue over money and stuff. But yeah, but shark power animals, a very powerful one to have. That's one of my power animals. It's very Scorpio energy, so Scorpio season could be significant. But I am seeing that as like, this is when I was describing, that's the kind of people somebody's had around them. I need to survive. I need to be in my power, because I don't know who's going to fuck me over next. Fucking hell, what am I channeling here? Moose, acceptance, eccentric. Like maybe you're quite different, and you hid it because of people around you. Yeah, look, but I feel like this is, remember I keep, if that key comes out the charms, that's going to be funny. Remember I keep channeling that song, The Key to Your Heart, which is at the end of the backup plan. Even that doesn't seem too good with what I'm channeling, but lock, unlock, like someone's like, I've got the answer now. I know what I need to do. Yeah. Okay, right. So let's get some Archangel Michael cards. God, there's been a lot that's come through in this. Right, so put your creative energy into action. 25th, I've already said the 20, what did I say before? Oh, I can't remember, but yeah, 25th of October. So that will be Scorpio season, like what I just got with the sharks. Archangel Gabriel, that's angel communication, joins me to spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful. Trumpets are sounding though. Judgment Day. Someone's like, look, no, it's not yet. I pulled that universal. No, it's not yet time. This is not the divine right time to take action. Please be patient. The opportune moment is approaching. But that could literally just be as subtle as, if you're watching this on the full moon, maybe just sit with your emotions and tune into how you're feeling just for you, and then do something about it tomorrow. Especially because 20 is a judgment card too, and it's like, I would say it is time. The trumpets are sounding. That feels quite powerful actually. But I did pull that in reverse. So if you're watching this and you feel like it's time to do something, I would trust that, because it does feel like time is of the essence. We've all, think about the guy at the start of this with the timer, and that was in reverse. Time's running out. Be honest with yourself. All your feelings, even the difficult ones, have a message for you. Accept your truth. Let source take it from there. Remember, this person was in denial, or you were in denial, and that's what you've come out of. Angel, oh, that's people that are grieving. And again, I do know that that is at least some people, whether it's recent or a long time ago. Because really, even if it was a long time ago, grief is grief. You know, grief is like a ball of wool. That I've not made this up, by the way, but I don't even know where this is from, but I've said it for ages. I've been saying that long, fuck knows where it's from. But you know, grief is like a ball of wool. It's never ending and hits you out of nowhere. Like I said, that's what I've been having too. Like I have had moments of grief hitting me, and again, that's only natural when I've got somebody close to me saying that they've just lost somebody. That's you know, I feel things for people close to me. Really, I feel things for everyone, even when I don't know, like even strangers on the internet. And sorry, I don't want to call you strangers on the internet, but let's face it, some of you are strangers on the internet. But it's soul family, but you know what I mean? But yeah, it can bring up stuff for yourself too. But yeah, angels of healing are with you. A time of healing is about to bless your life. Accept Archangel Raphael's emerald green light will enhance your strength. So if you are feeling like you need strength because you're in a period of mourning, whether it's recent or a while, then you know, take that love as well. And let's get some charms. I just want to, because I feel it's a bit long-winded for somebody that I feel needs to see that wee bit, so I'll let that person make their mind up whether they want to watch the whole thing or not, because that's what I mean. How do I know what's going to resonate? But is there anything that person needs to be decisive? That's interesting. That's in strengthen your gifts, yeah. So I feel, again, this is this is for somebody specific. This is coming out for, and I'm being pulled to the wolf too. And I know that person connects with the wolf too, because that's a lot of our connection. But when I'm saying that person, trust me when I say, about 5 different people you could think you're that person, because that person connects with wolf medicine too, right? So just, that's the magic of all of this. But I've got somebody in mind that I'm saying this to, because I can feel a loved one in spirit wanted to give it a bit. So I'm going to speak to that person, but just, you can take the message if it resonates. I feel there's something you need to be very decisive about, and I feel with the person in the spirit world that is giving this message, your gifts are going to strengthen. Like, so I feel you could have had some really heightened experiences already, or once the grief has sort of passed a bit more, you will see that come on more strongly. Do all things in moderation, but I feel the message is just take your time right now and don't be rushing, because a lot is going to change in your life that you could be resisting a bit, actually, because that was in reverse. So yeah, your dad is saying to retreat right now and have faith that things will get better, but there's going to be some necessary sacrifices that you're going to have to make before you come and bust out your cocoon. And that's what he's going to help you do. He's going to help you admit your vulnerabilities and to shine your light. But you have to look after yourself first, because you're not just now. Love yourself. I feel what he's saying is a lot of people are leaning on you for support right now. Yeah. What else? I'm just going to get some charms for that person, actually. Yeah, use your discernment. And again, remember, when I'm saying that person, this person could actually talk to me one-to-one as well. Be discerning, because there is some... The bat for me is always like witchcraft, darker energy, just, tricky people. There is some hint, and you can look out for Halloween, because that's soon as well, something being significant. But I feel that all the love around you will support you through this. But look, the crab, you do need to hermit a bit more to protect your energy. You're a star. Step into your masculine energy, because this is a woman in masculine energy, right? But this is the thing, this is a woman in masculine energy, but also your creativity is heightening, and feeling the Mars and Scorpio. This person is Mars and Scorpio, actually. Yeah, look, your luck's going to change, right? But I don't think it doesn't feel like it right now. But your luck is going to change, and the sun is going to shine again, and your dad's going to make sure that you shine in the sun. I'm getting a lump in my throat. And you know that you've got the love in your life to get you through this time. But just be discerning, because there's some tricky energy here. Yeah, look, the angels. Oh no, I thought it was an angel. It looked like angel wings, but I think, is it a bird? It's a bird, isn't it? Is that? Kind of looks like a robin, actually. Like love one in spirit. Anyway, there's some sort of messages coming. He's helping you break free from karmic cycles. He's going to send you a really meaningful song if he hasn't already, like sometime around after you watch this. Cats to me are like tricky energies too. It won't be for everyone, but just because it's always talking about like tricky energies and all these different decks. But yeah, just stay grounded. Your grounding's very important at this time, so make sure that you're doing something to ground yourself. But yeah, there's going to be a really significant song, and you're going to burst out crying, because you're going to know that it's your dad. Now, again, the weird thing is, because I know I was talking to somebody specific there, I still know that actually I can now think of somebody else that would make sense to this. It's so weird, this. Like, it's weird. But I know I can actually, now they're flooding me with, like, I can think of a guy that'll make sense to, I can think of a woman that'll make sense to. But how weird is that I was directly speaking to one of my friends when I was doing that? Like, yeah, look, you're going through a huge transformation, but you're being pulled here, there, and everyone by people just now. You need to nurture yourself. I'm going to look at what's going on in that person's chart. Right, what else? And then we'll close this out. Yeah, kick up your heels. That's about having fun. When the time is right, your dad's going to get you to get out of this funk. Doesn't want you. It's got something to do with your environment. So again, be wary. Look, she does look wary. Be wary of people in your environment. I wouldn't be having anyone in your house that you don't trust. I don't know why I'm saying that, but it's your space, and I don't know what that's about. Peace of mind. because it affects the energy. Yeah, kindness, look inside yourself, dreams come true. Self-reliance, and reach out to people when you need them. Right, okay, so, not sorry, that person's dad just wanted to come through with me. Right, okay, so, let's get some masculine. Now we're getting back to the collective, but I think that person's, sorry, if something comes out about a dad, I just picked these up, I don't know why. Create healthy boundaries. That person's dad just wanted to stress for that person and everyone else that resonates. Some of you are going to have to set some really healthy boundaries with whoever it is that's pulling at your energy, because it's going to drain you if you don't see the phoenix reborn. And I feel it's either after Scorpio season you will rise in Sagittarius stronger with more energy, or during. So it'll be different for different people. But prepare to be tested. Something's definitely testing all the people that resonate with that. And look, there's fucking hell, there's Halloween again. That there's definitely something about in the 13th is speaking out. What does that say? Move beyond sabotage. So it's either sabotage other people or self-sabotage. But yeah, look out for the 13th and the 31st. There's definitely something Halloween specifically for that person, but for whoever else. And I actually can think of someone else that's going to make sense too, but right. I was going to get a wee message from the masculine just to pull it back to the collective stuff for a bit. So it's a total mixed bag today, but that's fine. We can do mixed bags. Right. And again, wouldn't it be interesting? Let me know in the comments if you're not shy, if some of that made sense. Look, every Christmas I want nothing more than to be with you along for that time. That's a message from the feminines to the masculine. We're not too far off of that. So let's not go about that. It's depressing. Right, I know we're twin flames. So the masculine is saying I know we're twin flames. That's what the owls are about. So, and you mean the world to me. So this is somebody's come out of denial, or they're about to. I don't want this to be over with us. So somebody, if your person was in denial about what you are, and some people it's like, I can think of loads of people, it's that they know that you're twin flames, but they just didn't feel that anything could happen with it. This person's having a bit of a change of heart, or they could have had that quite some time ago and you just didn't know about it. Friendly support was speaking out there. What else have we got from here? So, burning desire, flames of passion ignite. That's what I'm doing this for. Mars and Scorpio, most sexual sign there is. Yep. Flames of passion ignite. And then that actually reminds me of that Tantra card. Union of Souls. I'll shuffle them and see if it comes out. Yeah, honest communications coming. Expect a heart-to-heart conversation. That's what came out here. Like, that's what the full moon will bring about. You know what I mean? It's like it's like this sudden, I have to do something about this, Not everyone's twin flame is going to do that, but don't be surprised if it does happen to you. Obviously, it's not going to be me because you can see me fucking doing this, but right. So again, I'm an Aries. I just see what other people are thinking. Right. So let's shuffle these. I'm sure he wouldn't let that stop him if he wanted to talk. Right. Well, actually, I'm sure he would let that stop him before, but I don't feel when he's through that he would. Inner alchemy, yeah. So some of you are going through that inner transformation just now. Tantra involves transforming and harmonizing internal energies to achieve spiritual growth and enhance relationships. Transform your inner energies through self-awareness and love. The inner alchemy enhances your outer relationships. Yeah, so the more time you spend getting to know yourself, because that's what twin flames are, then you'll have more of an idea of how this can come about, ecstatic union. You know what I mean? So, what will we get for the wee thumbnail? I don't know, but I'll get it after. So whatever that all meant to you, I'm going to leave that there though, because that's quite long and I've got to preserve my energy to film all the other stuff. Put my hot water bottle down there, it's fucking freezing. So yes, please like, comment, subscribe. If you want a personal session, you can email me to, well, basically, it'd be better if you just book it on the schedule, right? And then I'm more than likely, I am going to get back to you to just be like, here's a link for whatever date you book in November. But just know that if I don't get back to you for a few days, it's because, like, 100% from Friday, 10/10 portal, like, that's my real clocking off. I'm not, I'm done, because it's like, I basically don't like this time of year. Do you know what I mean? So I just need a bit of time myself. And that's what I mean about I can already feel the overwhelm. And it's kind of, yeah, I can just feel quite a lot of overwhelm coming over me. So, but I feel I'm feeling that for a lot of you. So again, I really don't. It's interesting because when you watch this today, I'll have already done it. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on that live tonight. But famous last words, you know, something I could be loving it and I'll kick the arse out of it. But then I'll need to rest on the day you're watching this. So, but that's why I'm not wanting to overdo it because then I won't have any energy to film what I want to film. So, anyway. Details are below, but just know that I'm not really going to be around for. I'm not going to be around for live sessions, but there's limited available thing way for unlisted. And yeah, see you later.